leather gloves, we're slapping in hams, popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands, pink cotton candy, love on a stick, who's chasing the beer, that circle the lips, play ball, play ball. Load at the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives. Live
Yes.
here on Strong Island Television at Paradise Studios in beautiful Massapequa, New York.
Yay.
Nassau County.
Nassau County.
Right by the Chinese restaurant and the pizzeria over here.
Oh, yeah. Danny's.
I'm back. I'm back in the studio with my buddy this week, which is nice. I was away. I want to thank the Everett Fire Department right outside of Boston. They're touching Boston.
Yeah.
Everett is touching. For treating me so well. I was up there teaching for 8 days. Also in New Hampshire near Concord, which is a lovely little town. Have you ever been to Concord, New Hampshire?
No.
Very nice little town. Big theater. I approached them about doing a show, and they told me get lost. So it's nice to be back, though, with Rich Walker. I'm trying to buy a car. Oh, brought to you. See, we almost forgot again.
Yeah.
Brought to you by who? Barish and McGarry.
Yeah.
Lawyers for the 9/11 community. Our main signature sponsor, Barish and McGarry.
Yes,
Thank you,
they
Barish
are.
and McGarry.
Mm-hmm.
So I remembered this time without Butch coming on and telling me. And thank you to Butch for putting together a wonderful show tonight. We actually have 2 firefighters on tonight who are also, I'm going to pronounce the name wrong, is authors the way to say it?
Author.
Authors.
Right. And
2
illustrator.
Illustrator is the pictures, right?
Right. And then you have the author, the writer. See,
Oh, so they're both, did you read the bios? They're both
Yes.
author, and so they could draw too, or somebody?
Yes.
Or they
He's
designed,
a famous illustrator from the firefighter.
Holy
comic book.
crap.
Yes.
This is nice. This is a good show Butch put together.
Good show. Fun
You know what? Fun one. So a few things I want to talk about up front,
Yeah.
and hopefully I'll let Rich get a word in edgewise.
Yeah.
Rich gave me the riot act this
I'm
week.
doing this. I don't even need to.
You know, he gave me the riot act because last week he didn't talk. You know, I kept cutting him off. And
Tell them what I said.
he called me on the phone. He says, Johnny, let me tell you something. And I hung up.
No, you talked over what I said.
He goes, listen, you talk over me too much. I go, let me tell you something, Rich. Mr. Walker. And he said, ba. And I went, ba. I am so happy to be here at Rich Walker. I know Rich for 100 years.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to do this show with him. I told Rich a funny story this afternoon. At least I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And Rich said, maybe do something else tonight.
Tell him the story.
All right. The baby is asleep, and I had the 2 kids, my 5-year-old grandson and the baby.
The condensed version. No.
I had my
ahead.
5-year-old grandson and the baby. The end.
Mhm.
Next topic. So I was watching the baby sleep on the monitor, alone for the first time alone with her. Because my wife usually watches her a little bit with me, and she
Right.
fell asleep. So I was watching the monitor because I wanted to make sure if she woke up, I would get up there and give her the bottle on time and all of that. So I'm sitting at my desk. My grandson is now sleeping in the same room on the bed. I don't know why he wanted to sleep in there. He took a little nappy himself. So I'm looking at the monitor, and the baby's doing this. Like she's waking up, I think, and I'm looking closer. And I'm getting closer to the monitor because she's so tiny in the monitor. And I'm looking again, and she does this. So I said, is she waking up? And then my grandson grabs the monitor, right?
Yeah.
And I forget he was even in the room, and puts it to his face like here. So his face is 10 times bigger than a little
He
baby.
just came on screen.
Right. Came on. Good.
And
Yep.
startled you.
And he went, the baby's up. And I jumped out of my chair. I didn't know what this was for a second. So, all right, Richie's going to help me write that.
You know what that reminds me of? Like, do you ever see like the video that goes around and it's a girl on a bicycle?
Yes.
The
Oh,
amusement
yeah,
park, And then all of a sudden,
Yeah. That's exactly what it was like.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I saw my therapist on Thursday.
What did he say?
Or Friday.
What did he say to him?
I saw my therapist on Friday, and again, I spoke for a record 50 minutes as she spoke only for 5.
Right.
And all she keeps saying, which takes it to 5 minutes, is, you're messed up. That's after everything I say, she goes, you got problems. That's the only advice.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. Emily she's wonderful.
Is
Emily's been on the show, my therapist.
Is a good therapist the sign of a good therapist?
To listen, no?
Is listen, right? But then can't you just talk to a wall for free?
But they do give you some direction.
Oh, okay.
What they say
Like
is,
what kind of direction?
time's up. You're looking at your watch, they go like this. You got 5 minutes.
My
That's some
therapist
direction.
sat behind me and was eating a blueberry muffin. Right? I could hear him with the peeling the accordion cupcake.
How do you know
thing
it's
up.
blueberry?
Because he had it every time I went. He's just sitting there and crumbs. And I turn around to look, he's picking crumbs with his shirt.
Go on, Rich. Go on, Rich.
What? That's
No,
what
he's just there. You turn around. Like, what are you doing? He's
so.
go on, Rich.
But he had a great sense of humor. When I
That's
first
what you
went to
want
him,
in a
I said to him, "Yes, Butch."
Oh, I'm glad that you can see me.
You were on the roll.
When Bobby and I put comments up, can you guys see them from there, or
No.
you can't? Because it's
That's
too far away.
post-production. That is post-production. After the show, we sit down and you go, "Hey guys, when we put," you don't come into the middle of the show and you go, "Hey guys, fix your hair."
No, it's important because we should acknowledge them, and I know
get
you
it.
can't see them.
It's
So
called
we want to
timing.
welcome.
It's called timing. Like we had all day to talk about this.
No,
what you
but
can
I
do-
want to welcome some of our viewers who take the time to say hello. Like
Hold on.
Patrick is watching tonight, and Jeff
Welcome,
Bosey.
viewers. And let me guess, Jeff Bosey, without even seeing it.
Jeff Bosey, Jennifer Borquavis is saying hello.
Oh, hi, gentlemen. We have a
Elizabeth-
lot. We have a lot of topics I got to talk about myself.
But we want to say hi to our viewers. Elizabeth
Hi,
Bagby.
we do.
You know what would
We
be
do.
nice? You know what would be nice? If Butch, you took this on and answered each one of
Like
them.
like
for
this.
us.
I do.
Yeah,
But
Isn't that enough?
I thought we could acknowledge them
Yeah.
since they take the time out on screen.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Butch.
Or
Thank
not.
you. I mean, that's
Thank
really.
you, Butch. That's a very good point.
That's-
Write it down.
Right, let
Write
me
it
write
down.
this.
Butch comes in,
I got it written down.
takes
Don't worry.
5
Say-
minutes
Say hello.
to say hello to Jennifer. Hello,
Yeah.
Jennifer.
Hi,
We
Jennifer.
love Jennifer. All right. So what?
We're going to have Jennifer on soon.
Well, I was in the middle of a story.
Well, both of us are ADD. He breaks in. We don't know where we were. Right?
It's a
We gotta
mess.
make notes. We gotta
It's a
in case he
mess.
butts in.
Right.
We'll be like, oh, here's
What would happen if Jimmy Fallon's producer came on and said, "We have to. It's so and so's birthday out there
Yeah.
in the middle of the show."
Jimmy, make sure you thank.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
it's Jimmy. It's Jennifer's birthday.
You know,
I love you, Butch. I'm
I
teasing.
can't hold up a cue card, though, like he can.
Oh my goodness. I went to Carlos today. Where's my Carlos picture? You got it with the pizza and my dad, and not the pizza, the pasta.
Okay,
all right.
well,
You know, they say you can't go home again,
that's
right?
true.
You hear that? You can go home again.
Yeah.
Every time I go back to
Unless
Miller
you're
Village,
a college student.
I guess
Okay, go ahead.
go to Miller Village. The old what do you call it? The old country, not the old country. The old neighborhood. Is
Yeah.
that what they say? The old neighborhood.
The old neighborhood.
And I always stop into Carlos because Carlos is owned by a kid. I say kid, he's 55, but I coached him in basketball when I was 16, 17. Very respectful. He's still a coach. He calls me coach.
What kind of
Coach.
store is this?
A pizzeria.
A pizzeria.
But
Okay.
Richie, my dad and I had the eggplant at Carlos in Middle Village and the meatballs.
How was it?
Oh my God, phenomenal.
Wow.
Phenomenal. Middle Village Queen. So thank you, Sal, for a beautiful lunch. Sal gave us, we ate like about a $40 lunch.
Wow.
I think he charges half price. And you know me, the big tipper, right?
Yes. you
$5.
are.
$5
Wow.
today.
You know what?
Look,
There it is. There it is. Look at that. That's eggplant palm with 2 meatballs each and a little pasta. We didn't have too much pasta because of the carbs. And we had 6 pieces of bread. So that was Carlos today, Middle Village. Saw my cardiologist the other day. Have
Yeah.
you seen yours recently?
I've never been to a cardiologist, but I
Rich.
should go, right?
Go. Well, your Fitbit, I know your Fitbit tells you everything.
Yeah.
You know, your Fitbit does tell you everything.
In 7 minutes, I'm going to have a heart attack.
Beautiful.
It's
See
good.
how
Go
accurate
ahead.
that is?
Yes.
I love the Fitbits, but I went to the cardiologist and I'm waiting in the waiting room. And does this ever happen to you when you go to the doctor? You had to wait an extra 45 minutes. It's busy and you're pissed off because I had an appointment.
Yeah.
And then you go in there and talk about everything to him but your health. I'm talking about the Mets. I'm telling him jokes. I'm talking about the foundation. And then I go, Hey, Doc, I'm in here 45 minutes. Maybe we do a little exam.
And how many people were in the lobby when you went into the
and
office?
I walked out and all you hear is... I go, yeah, you know what? He takes too much time. And I walked out. He's ridiculous. Cardiologist. He gets my heart pumping, that
He
guy.
asked you not to come back again.
So I'm going back for the echo and the...
Why? Did he see something?
No, I go every few years for the stress test and the echo. And the stress test is they want to torture you. They want to torture you because they put it up like this and they make it go faster and faster.
What is that, a treadmill?
Treadmill, and they inject the radiation in you, right? The half-life now, they used to use thallium. Here comes the hazmat. Thallium used to last 3 days. So after I had a stress test in the past, they could hit me with radiation meters at the firehouse across the floor.
Is that serious?
Yeah, but now it lasts 6 hours, the half-life. So by the next day, you should be pretty good to go. You're not supposed to be around kids, in the first 24 hours. Don't eat anything, don't drink anything, and don't live. That's what you got to do. No, it's good. It's good. What else? Do you have anything? Because I have my little points. I could talk all day. You know me.
Real quick, I want to tell you about Halloween, my son.
Oh, right? Halloween, that's right.
Over the summer, he's 16, so he just got into the whole Star Wars thing, right?
Okay.
So over the pandemic, he makes me watch all 35 Star Wars movies. I don't know how many there are. 10,
I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't watch them.
So watch it. So, but now this summer, I'm at a garage sale, and there is a Darth Vader helmet. Like, it's beautiful. Like, it must be it looks like a $200 helmet.
You're a garage sale guy, huh?
I love garage.
Okay.
Like Jeff Bosey. We should go together.
All right.
So I go, how much you want for this? And the lady goes, I don't know. Give me $1. So now that dollar was the start of hundreds of dollars I've been investing on the rest
now
of
you
the
have
costume.
the costume.
So I get him a stormtrooper costume.
Okay.
And him and his friends, they were out trick-or-treating. He wanted to get dropped off at Tanger Outlet because you can go into each store.
That's a great idea.
Right? Instead of going around the neighborhood, you go to stores and they have treats or whatever.
So they have adult store in that mall?
No.
Okay, good. Go
No.
ahead. No, I was just wondering if
that's why he
hit every.
Right?
Yes, I was 16, Rich.
Right.
Hello.
Now Spencer Gifts, you go to, here's ADD. You go to the back of Spencer Gifts, you're like, what? So I can't believe it's all teenagers in there. So anyway, the end of the story. He gets out of the car. As soon as he gets out of the car, Tanger, he's swarmed with people to take pictures.
That's a good costume.
It's a good costume, right? It was rubies. I paid a little bit more. I don't mean to brag, but it was like $60.
Look at you. You turkey got sucked in.
That plastic helmet that's like thin, you could crush. Like the fireman hat you give the juniors, the kids in school.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right. Very good.
That's
Very good.
all.
Good job. No, good job.
Yes.
Election.
Wait, who do we have to say hello to?
We don't have to say hello to anybody, but we threw up the pictures, but you couldn't see them. So there's
the socks my wife bought me. 30 pairs for $30. They go up to my navel.
Look at that.
All right.
Huge.
And wait, I'm cheap. You remember I'm cheap? So I'm going to wear them until I wear them out. I got 30 pairs of these socks right now. Feel up here. Feel right here. That's the top of my socks.
That's it.
So what else do we picture?
Let me ask you something.
Look, I walked in on this wedding. I had my freaking ugly, what color is that? Pink suitcase. And in the beautiful casino in the lobby, all these people are set up beautifully. And I walk with the suitcase and I walk right in front of them and I go, hey, can I take a picture?
They even had a Ferris wheel.
Look at the guys, how pissed they are. Look at the ladies laugh.
They're ready to fight you.
They're ready to kill me.
They don't know who you are.
They had no idea who I was.
Did you tell them to tune into the show?
Yes, I did, in fact. And I want to say that Laughter Saves Lives this week bought 25 pairs of boots for homeless and needy veterans through General Needs. We're supporting General Needs. Rich and I are going to go down there one day and load a truck and help them.
Yep.
I couldn't make it this week. And it was one other thing we did. We sent a check to that firefighter in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, who lost his leg due to cancer, 2 young children. So Laughter Saves Lives, we're out there. We're doing it. Make a donation on the website. Oh, we're not allowed to say that, maybe. All right, let's go. I got to get bleeped there. Let's go to our first commercial, and we'll be back.
"9/11 didn't end on 9/11. 500,000 people were exposed to the World Trade Center toxins and are still at risk today. 68 cancers have been linked, including skin cancers, prostate cancer, breast cancer, blood cancers, and many respiratory illnesses. Fortunately, all victims qualify for free health care, and more than $10 billion is available from the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund.
I was a paralegal just 2 blocks from Ground Zero. I had skin cancer and lymphoma.
I worked at Goldman Sachs. I had kidney cancer and respiratory illnesses.
I was a downtown teacher. I had breast cancer. I qualify.
I qualify.
I qualify.
If you were downtown anytime on or after 9/11, call Barish and McGarry, the lawyers for the 9/11 community. Call today. No law firm has recovered more money with over $2 billion awarded to 9/11 victims. If you worked, lived, or went to school in the exposure zone on or after 9/11, call Barish and McGarry today.
My father worked downtown. He died of bladder cancer.
I ran from Gateway Plaza in a cloud of smoke as the towers fell.
My mother and I qualify.
I qualify.
Barish and McGarry's advocacy for 9/11 victims isn't just professional, it's personal. With offices just steps from Ground Zero, they witnessed the pain of the 9/11 attacks and lobbied Congress to pass and permanently extend the Victim Compensation Fund.
I was a downtown court officer. I had prostate cancer in 2007. I qualify.
We all qualify.
And we're back to the Butch Seltzer Show. Laughter saves lives. Do we have our first guest in the waiting room there? That should be Doug Brown.
There he is. Doug Brown.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
Is it Douglas or Doug?
You can call me Doug.
All right. So Doug, welcome. Doug is a writer, a fantasy and horror writer living in Pataskala.
Pataskala.
That's what I said.
Ohio.
You're close.
Ohio. And he's also a firefighter.
Yes. Yeah, I'm on Columbus Fire in Ohio.
Oh, Columbus. Yes. I've been to Columbus a few times. I was out there teaching. Tell us a little bit about your department. How big is the department, and how long you been on the job?
So I got on Columbus in 1999, and I got promoted to lieutenant in 2011. I'm assigned to a ladder down on the south end. Columbus Fire has 1,500 members and 35 stations. And we take about 180,000 runs a year.
Wow. And what is your job? What is your job now as a lieutenant?
I'm assigned to a ladder.
Okay, and people out there, a ladder, they have the ladders, they make the rescues, they force the doors, and the engine stretch the hoses to put out the fire. It's a very simple explanation.
That's right.
In case somebody's watching that doesn't understand the difference. Because a lot of people say, oh, he's on a fire truck, so we need to explain a little bit. So tell us, why did you get into writing? Were you always a writer as a child in school? And
I wrote in high school a little bit, but when I got into the fire department, I kind of let that go. And then after a few tough calls, after I had a pretty tough call in 2007, I picked it up again. I thought it would be a nice escape from just all the stuff that we see in the fire service. And so I started writing then, and I went into the fantasy and horror genre just to kind of escape the realities of everything we do. And I've been writing ever since about 2008.
That's great.
That's great. I don't know what you do to relieve stress. I knit. I knit a lot.
Okay. I don't knit.
Why are you laughing at that? What if that's my passion, knitting, and now you laugh? Now I'm going to feel guilty that I knit. Do you knit?
I don't knit.
All right.
No, I crochet.
All right. Now,
there's a difference.
Is there a difference?
I don't know.
It says here that you have given his work a new home under your own company now?
Yeah, so I was published in 2011 for 4 books. The publishing company ended up going out of business. And instead of seeking out a new publisher, I went ahead and just started putting them out myself. And I hire freelance editors, freelance cover artists, that kind of thing. And then I just put the books out on my own.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's really cool.
That involves a lot of work, I would assume.
Yeah, it takes a lot more work than when my publisher did all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doug, tell us about the genre a little bit, what you write about. I know we covered it, but it says some interesting things here. A werewolf tale with a twist.
All right. So in 2014, my publishing company put out a werewolf story where a company finds that werewolves exist, and then they take them, tame them, and then sell them to rich people as pets.
Wow.
And of course, that doesn't go very well.
No, it doesn't. No.
And I use a Columbus firefighter as a central character in that.
Wow.
I use Columbus firefighters once in a while just because that's what I'm most familiar with, and I like to give a little shout out to Columbus.
Do you base any of your work on a guy, like when you say firefighters, on somebody you worked with, like an actual person?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of a mismatch. I take some traits from this guy or some traits from this person, and just things I've seen over the years, and I try and just put them all together, come up with my own characters, but there's a little bit of all my friends in everything. I have a couple friends who used to give me a hard time quite a bit, so I named a character after them in one of my books and then killed them in one of my fantasy books.
Any children's books? Did I read that you have a children's book in here?
No, I don't do any children's books. But my current book right now is more in the horror genre. But no, I don't have any children's books out.
All right, I want to try to publish a children's book.
Okay.
We do that under your label?
Well, I don't. This is just for my books. It's a lot of work. And
wait a minute. What if the child is a werewolf?
Well, that'd be cool, but
And he's twisted.
I don't know that I can do that. I don't know if I can help with that.
All right. So, do you have any other books in the works?
Yeah, I've always got several books in the works. I'm just heavily promoting my newest book that is about firefighters and PTSD and that sort of thing. And I'm just trying to get the word out about it.
And well, we could put it on our website, your book, if that helps, But I have a great book that you could write.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's about two guys on a show, and every once in a while, another guy pops on the screen, and it's like scary, like you don't expect it,
Yeah.
And he's
like
talking.
TV monitor.
Yeah.
I just want to let Doug know that Erin Nader's reaching out, and she said everybody over at Station 17 is watching you tonight.
Oh, no pressure, right? No
Hello, Station 17.
Awesome.
What did you eat tonight? Let me know what the dinner is. Tell them to type in what they ate tonight, Butch. That's big at the fire station.
Aaron, John wants to know what you all ate tonight, so let me know, and I'll let John know.
We're big on food here. We were supposed to get Danny's delivered. We never got Danny's delivered yet.
I don't know what happened.
Chinese food.
He
They
brought
just
it.
brought it.
Thank you, Danny.
Danny just brought our dinner.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And we're in the middle of a guest, and it's like, all right, come on, Doug, it's time to eat. No, not true. So
I don't blame you.
No, Doug, you another 2 minutes, and then we'll eat.
You eat. All right.
So you're out in Columbus. You're writing books. Did you say that if you were married or not? Can I ask that?
I am married. I celebrated my 25th anniversary last week and a half ago. My beautiful wife Angie.
Nice.
And I have a son, a 16-year-old son. He's pretty awesome.
But he's not beautiful. You mentioned your wife is beautiful. You didn't mention.
He's a good-looking kid.
All right. And is there anybody that you want to give a shout out there? Say hello to.
No. I mean, all of Station 22. That's where I'm assigned. So I want to say hi to everybody at Station 22, and my cousin Greg Eckleberry, who's a battalion chief at a neighboring department. I'll say hi to them.
Awesome. So maybe.
So John, before he goes though, you can see the poster of the book that he has up. Doug, tell us a little bit about the book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is a Firefighter Christmas Carol and Other Stories. It's 6 stories, but the main story is a take on the Scrooge story on Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. And it's about a firefighter who has PTSD and is on the verge of suicide. And he's visited by the 3 ghosts one night at the firehouse, and they take him through his career and kind of show him where he went, where he might have lost his way, and in hopes of bringing him from the brink of suicide. So that's what that's about. I'm hoping that it shines a light on PTSD, and I'm hoping that firefighters or first responders who read this, they might recognize something that they're seeing in a friend or in themselves, and maybe it helps them to see that other people also have these same troubles and struggles, and maybe seek out some help.
Excellent. There was something else that I wanted to say to you now. I'm sure Butch had spoke to you. Let's see if we can get back out to Ohio. We've been out there once. Work with you guys from your department on a show. We'll book maybe a few of them out in Ohio again. It would be nice to come out, meet you guys in person. Maybe raffle off a book or two for the night, and some other stuff.
Sounds great.
Well, actually, Doug is. I spoke to Doug, and he's going to sign a book, send it to us, and we will auction it off live here on the show.
Beautiful. Thanks, Doug.
Now, before Doug goes, I thought it would be cool because our next guest, Paul Combs, who's an illustrator, is also a firefighter in Ohio. So I thought I'd bring him up for a sec, and these two guys can say hello to each other, being that they're from the same state.
And maybe I can pitch the children's book to him, and he won't reject me like Douglas did.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, right.
I will. I'm totally going to reject you.
Already rejected?
Already rejected.
I didn't even meet you yet. I'm already rejected. I feel like I'm back in high school.
Paul and Doug, you're both from Ohio. You're both firefighters, and you don't know each other, right?
Where are you from, Paul?
Northwest corner, Bryan. So, yeah, just recently retired after 25 years.
Oh, all right.
It sounds like my wife, Butch. Ohio is a big state. My wife's like, I don't want to go back to Pennsylvania. I don't like it because we had one bad experience in a hotel in the Poconos. She doesn't want to go to the whole state now. So, all right. So are you going to Doug, thank you. We're letting Doug go, Butch, correct?
Yeah, Doug's going to hang out, though. He said he was going to hang out to see Jeff Norris.
Beautiful.
So we're going to put him back in the waiting room. We're going to put Paul back in the waiting room. I believe we're going to break for commercial, and then we'll bring Paul back in.
Very
Thanks,
good.
guys.
We'll be back.
Hey, Doug, before we go, just give a website.
All right, so my website is Eppertase Publishing. It's EPERTASE Publishing.com. Eppertase is a word that my son created when he was just learning to talk, and so I named my whole world after it.
Beautiful. Wow.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, guys. Good luck, Paul.
Thanks.
Be safe.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to commercial. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Rossi.
And I'm Arthur Lee, the creator of LifeVac.
We're here today to announce that to date, LifeVac has saved hundreds of lives of people who almost died due to choking.
People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of those lives is a child. That's why I created LifeVac.
And as a new mom, and from housewife to housewife, I felt compelled to share with you the discovery of this life-saving device.
LifeVac is a simple-to-use airway clearance device. Just place, push, and pull to save a life.
And it costs less than it would take to fill up your car with a tank of gas. Imagine being able to save a life for less than $70.
To learn more, please visit lifevac.net.
That's LIFEVAC.net.
Please don't allow one of your loved ones to become the victim of a choking accident.
Son of a... And we're back. We're back. Next week, Art will be joining us on the show from LifeVac. He hasn't been on in a while. We'll talk about the latest in LifeVac and how many lives they've saved recently. They do great work.
Yeah.
Get a LifeVac. So we're back. So we're gonna bring Paul. We're gonna bring Paul back on.
Hey guys.
Well,
There he is.
There he is now.
Well, don't turn the pages because I can't even stay on track on the right page. How are you, Paul?
Doing well. Thanks for having me on.
How are you, Paul? I'm sorry.
No, doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. You're an interesting cat. You are.
Don't set the bar too high.
What's that?
So don't set the bar too high.
well, I mean, people say I'm funny, so I really don't set the bar too high. You're a cartoonist for Fire Engineering Magazine, and the author of 3 books: Drawn by Fire 2.
Yes.
Now, Butch wrote. Look how Butch wrote too. TOO. So he wrote drawn by fire, comma TOO. But I figured it out because I'm quick and drawing lines. Tell us a little bit about the books in general.
Well, the books are pretty much just a collaboration and a collection of artwork, the fire engineering cartoons that I've done over the years. So pretty much when I get around 150 to 200 cartoons, we publish them in a book. So actually, my next one will be coming out next year, which is going to be Drawn by Fire 4. It's going to have a big number 4 on there for you, so it'll be easy to read.
All right, and that will be spelled FORE by Butch.
I think I'm going to make it even easier. It's just going to be a number 4.
Oh, that would be easy. Now, why did you shoot me down right away? You didn't hear about my book, my children's book.
Okay, pitch it.
All right, it's going to be to raise money for the foundation. All right, and it's based on my grandson when he was growing up, and it's going to be called. He calls me Grandbabs, so it's going to be called Grandbabs Pizza and the Guy. And it's all about our little trips, to get stuff to eat down the park. Who takes care of them other than Grandbabs? The whole family, Auntie and Grammy. It's going to be good.
Now, this isn't a winner.
Think about it. Don't
all right.
Going once, going twice. Nothing.
We'll do lunch.
You're still on the job.
His people will meet your people.
Yes, you're still a firefighter.
Yeah, he's a former lieutenant.
You're still on the job, right?
No.
Oh, he retired.
Oh, foreman.
I still do some teaching for the academy. I work with on-scene training associates, and we go around the country and we do training. But as far as the day-to-day stuff, I'm retired after 25 years. And
all right.
Yeah.
You know what? I do a little teaching also, so we have that in common. And what do you teach?
Just the bread and butter, honestly. I do a lot of truck work, a lot of ventilation work, ground ladders, that sort of thing. So that's pretty much what I've been teaching our academy for the past 25 years. So
okay.
Just kind of a natural extension into that. A lot of search and rescue, that sort of thing. So it's just the bread and butter type work. Obviously, coming from a smaller department, I like to focus a lot on the smaller departments and kind of help them out with, big rescues with limited people and limited equipment and resources. So kind of focus on that. Then I also do I go around, I lecture quite a bit. I do some leadership type work. I use my cartoons as part of that. It's just an interesting way of telling the story.
Yeah.
Of using the cartoons and starting starting a new class called Be the Target. Basically, we do a lot of classes as far as how to become a leader and how to get success, but we don't really do much on how to manage success once we have it and how to manage the criticism, because criticism will come. We all know that.
Right.
But a lot of people don't know how to handle that criticism. So, I think that's going to be an interesting conversation to have.
Yeah, I was just going to say, did you bring any of your with you? Those were great. Really good stuff.
Thanks.
Really
hey,
good stuff.
Actually, Bobby, and can we bring back the Captain America picture? Because I want Paul to talk about that, because I think we still have some time tonight, right, Paul?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about that.
All right. This is a piece that I did. This is an original drawing. And through the National Cartoonist Society, we have a charity wing called the National Cartoonist Foundation. And we work with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And a lot of times we send a lot of cartoonists down and we'll draw for the kids, that sort of thing. We actually hold some fundraisers throughout the year. But this is the first time where we've actually had an auction of original artwork. And I believe it's been over 60 different cartoonists who have contributed to this. The bidding and the auction closed today. But it's been an overwhelming response. I put it out there. The firefighters really stepped up. And I think at closing, the winning bid for the cartoon was $750.
That's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And 100% of proceeds go to St. Jude. I have a personal connection with St. Jude. That's where my little brother passed away back in '85.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
And so they're amazing, amazing people. They have passion and unmatched compassion when it comes to the childhood illnesses and cancer. So it was an honor to be part of that, and I'm more than proud of the fire service community that stepped up and and placed bids for this. And I know that there have been some other bids put on some other artwork and that sort of thing. So I'm not sure who actually got the winning bid with this, but yeah, I'm happy that there was a good showing for this, and some of the original artwork, some of it's some Jack Kirby stuff and some original drawings from comic books. Some of that went for almost $2,500. So
Nice.
Quite a bit of money raised for St. Jude.
Don't you find that firemen are, in general, very generous?
Yes, absolutely.
I always found that, and a lot of us have been in the service industry, where growing up, or even on a side job, bartenders, waiter, whatever, and we get it. You know,
Yeah.
I always kid that I'm cheap. You know, it's a running joke that I'm cheap.
Yeah.
But, you know, it doesn't take much to give that extra few bucks to somebody who's working their ass off. They really appreciate it, you know?
Yeah.
So I find with things like this, firemen are the first one to dip into the pocket, you know, bid on something. And
Yes.
I'm glad that it went well.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Rich, you wanna bring anything up to Paul?
Yeah, I want to ask you now. So the artists in general that sign up for this, are they all firefighters or no? It's any, like the artists themselves that donated the drawings.
Oh no, they're cartoonists from all across the country. Yeah, I mean, I'm the only firefighter artist that was part of this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's all part of the National Cartoonist Society.
Got it. So, and you're a member of the National
Yes,
Cartoonist
absolutely. Yeah, and you know, I mean, I've done, and I don't know how much you know about my background, but through the National Cartoonist Society, we also have a long-standing relationship with the USO. And so since 2008, we kind of rekindled that. We started it in the 1940s during World War II, kind of rekindled it in around 2008, 2009. And since then, we've been sending cartoonists overseas to the military hospitals, and we've been drawing for our warriors overseas. And, you know, we'll go on 1 to 2 week tours. And, you know, it's been an honor to be part of that, you know, that little group of cartoonists as well, to be able to give back. So it's an amazing organization to be part of. I'm proud of it.
Very cool.
In our meeting with John's book, well, we could do USO tours as comedians.
Absolutely. And a lot of comedians do it.
Yeah.
A lot of comedians do it.
A lot of our friends have done it.
Yeah.
Fellow comics. Well, websites? Any websites?
You know, probably the easiest one is just paulcombsart.com. From there, it's a portal to get to any place. Yeah.
paulcombsart.com.
We do want to ask you, though, about the Sprinkles book. Tell us a little bit about that.
So that's a collaboration between myself and Chief Frank Viscuso. It was a story that Frank had written years ago and had put in a time capsule and forgot about. And they opened it up. He read the story again and went, "Hey, there may be something here." And he approached me with it. And to be honest, I loved sticking it to. I mean, I've always been one to fight bullies.
Yeah.
And the book has a large bully aspect to it, where basically it's a book about having big dreams, working hard to achieve those dreams, no matter how loud the corner mutts bark. And in the book, there's these 3 corner mutts that are always telling Sprinkles he can't do what he wants to do. And one of the biggest reasons I wanted to write the book was I wanted to stick it to the corner mutts. You know, and I had a blast doing this. It was a challenge for me artistically because I'm used to telling a story with one frame. So I had to really learn how to draw and tell a story over 32 spreads.
Right.
And so the story would flow and that sort of thing. So it was something that really pushed me out of my boundaries as an artist. And that was fun.
Yeah, challenging.
Frustrating a lot of times, but at the end, I mean, I learned an entire new skill set. But the book is a bestseller already. We're into our 3rd printing.
Nice.
And we're proud of our little pup, and I think he's going to make a big difference because you know we've created something not just that the fire service probably hasn't seen in the sense of story wise for children's books. But this is going to be something that, you know, we always talk about mental health. We always talk about helping each other. But this is something that you're going to be able to come home after a shift, pick up a book and read to your kids and have that family time. So I mean, the benefits to having a book like this go far beyond just, kids reading a story about a dog, in the fire service. There's a really good meaning behind this. There's a lot of good lessons with this book. And frankly, it's going to lend itself to a lot more family time. And that's kind of what we're hoping for.
Can we get a copy of the book?
Absolutely.
And we could talk about it on the air again, and maybe
a signed copy maybe that we could auction off.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Love to.
Bobby, do we have that? Do we have the cover of that book again? Sprinkles. Think we do?
There it is. There it is. Sprinkles the Fire Dog.
What a clever.
And people can go on your website and purchase this book, correct, Paul?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can get signed copies through there, or there's a link where you just go right to Fire Engineering, our publisher, and buy it there.
Excellent. Well, it was really a pleasure to have you, my friend.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me on. It's been a long time. I know you and I've talked about it for a while, and thank you.
I'll give you a call at some point to see if I can convince you on my book. I'll probably call you at 5 after 9.
All right. All right. Sounds good.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Great job, Paul.
Yeah, we'll be back after this commercial.
Jack, put your phone away. We're having dinner.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
What can I get you? You guys want appetizers?
For some reason, I just got a craving for smoked meat.
Will you order something already? The menu hasn't changed. You looked at it 3 times.
I don't know what I want yet.
I wanted chicken, but I think it's blackened, so I'll just have a burger.
How'd you like that cook?
Medium.
Do you have any specials?
Specials? Boss, what are specials?
What's the matter? You don't know the specials?
Look at this smoke.
What smoke?
We gotta get these dumps clean.
Nah, they're fine.
You know what? We're just gonna take our order to go, okay?
In business since 2003, MCN Duct Cleaning is the result of many years of research and continuing education. Realizing the need to provide a safer and cleaner environment for families on Long Island, MCN services both residential and commercial properties by cleaning dryer vents, fireplaces, HVAC systems, and so much more. This not only improves air quality, but it could also reduce your energy bills by making things run more efficiently. So, if you want to make your house or business safer and cut down on your bills in the process, give our friend Matt over at MCN a call now.
Is that steak well done?
Maybe call a little bit sooner than these guys did.
And thank you, Danny's. Rich and I, during the break, broke open the food. What did I have here? What was mine? The crab ragoon?
Crab ragoon.
The egg rolls are delicious. The vegetable May fun? I never heard of that before. Delicious. Let's bring on Jeff Norris.
Hey, what's going
on?
Long time, brother. How we doing? Let me loosen up.
Good. Yeah. I miss working with you.
Miss working with you and Rich. Look at you guys getting fatter by the commercial.
Hey, take it easy. Take it easy. We're just tasting a little bit.
Stuff in your face.
A little bit, Jeff. A little bit, right? Well, it's nice to see you.
I just worked with Jeff a couple months ago, right? It was your first show.
Oh, that was great.
Right.
Oh,
absolutely.
Kept in the parking lot talking about his truck.
Yeah, what kind of
yes.
truck?
New Toyota Tundra.
I got a little smart car. It's like this big.
Very good.
He had a step stool to get in it.
Yeah. So it's good to see you. It's been tough after the pandemic.
Yeah, a little crazy, man.
I mean, you know what's food shopping after the pandemic has been ridiculous.
Not.
Forget what it is. Me? Now you guys know.
Your wife?
I got an Italian wife, so always in a food store. Pandemic comes, you go to the store. Never a good time to go to the store. Never a place to park. You park, you get to the door. What happens? You forget your fucking mask. You got to walk all the way back to the car. People like, Jeff, you look like you're in great shape. You working out? It's like, no, I forget my mask wherever the fuck I go. Got to walk back to the car. That's why I bring my wife with me shopping. She's like, you forgot your mask. I'm like, I'm not going back to the truck. She's like, they're not going to let you in without something on your face. I'm like, give me your panties. Just take them off. I put them on my face. It's been 18 years married. It's the only way I can get them on my face. But it's crazy. Then you got to be an athlete to go because shopping. I don't know about where you guys are, but in Jersey, every supermarket we had the one-way aisles. So it's like trying to drive in Manhattan. You know, when you're in ShopRite, you can't make a left. You got to make a K-turn. The bananas, you turn all the way around, and it never fails. I'll have everything in my cart. Then the phone will ring. You know, oh, don't forget, get this, get that. My wife wanted the K-cups, you know, for the Keurig machine. She's like, do me a favor, get pumpkin spice, which is fucking sickening anyway. But she's like, get pumpkin spice. I'm like, okay. Now, of course, as a husband, your voice says, of course, whatever you want, whatever you need. But my mind is saying, if I can't make a left, you ain't getting no fucking pumpkin spice. You know what I'm saying? And then there's always somebody in the aisle, you know, like miserable people. You know, there's always that miserable person that, you know, the kind of person I mean. They got no mirrors in the house. They're just miserable, you know. And this woman was big. I know I'm a short guy, but this woman was about 6'4", 240, big neck, made me start working out again. But the way she dresses, you know, people should dress accordingly. This woman's in yoga pants. You're not fooling anybody. You're not doing yoga. Your pants say yoga. Your ass says McDonald's. Stop wearing clothes like that. She's like, you shouldn't be going down a one-way aisle. I'm like, and you shouldn't be buying cake. But here we are. Just, you know, because it was crazy. Everybody was in a bad mood. Everybody lost their minds during the pandemic. Fucking China, you know.
How did you handle it? How did you handle? You know, my kids haven't been out of bed in the whole pandemic. You know, how did you handle it?
It was crazy. I mean, you lived in sweatpants for 10. We got dressed up to go out. I was taking out the recycling and the garbage. You know, I worked out a little bit, but I went a little nuts. I went nuts. You know, we all know all the entertainers. We lost so many contracts and gigs and morale. I mean, you missed like seeing you guys when we first started. Like, it's good to see us, even though it's over a freaking computer. But you missed that. You missed that mental. You know, getting together with comics you haven't seen, everyone together for the same reason, whether it's raising money for Laughter Saves Lives or comedy events or police, and just that good overall feeling. And then, you know, you feel like part of you died after that, you know? I went nuts. They put me on meds. They put me on meds for anxiety. Can you believe it? The good meds, too. You know, the ones that cause the ones that cause headaches and suicidal thoughts and anal leakage, which is fun. So that's always good. And my wife's always in Costco.
Balance it.
Yeah.
Horrible. Big rash on my ass from this medication. And Renee's always in Costco. So we got the gallon-sized Gold Bond medicine. One foot on the toilet. You bend over. You squeeze the thing. You don't realize you got a quarter gallon of gold metal bomb in your ass now. Anal leakage. I got Zeppelis in my pants. I'm trying to perform. Brutal. Fucking brutal. But I mean, you know, I'm just glad comedy's coming back. I mean, you know, there's doing a lot of clubs are starting to do stuff, some theaters, some fundraisers. So it's all good.
God.
I think a lot of the local stores are happy that the comics are out of the stores, because I've ran into comics at different jobs. You know, out of nowhere, a comic is working, you know, somewhere because they can make money. Have you found that at all?
Oh my God. Well, first of all, collecting unemployment was nearly impossible. They called us all gig workers. And I think what we get, $202 a week. You can't even.
Yeah.
We lost you.
I got it. We lost you. You're on we're on hold.
We lost
I think you hit mute, Jeff. Check your phone.
Mute.
We can't hear you.
There you go.
Maybe he's cursing a lot.
Maybe I'll please shut him down.
Hold on.
Do some mime. He's got some good mime jokes.
What happened to him?
I don't know. Maybe hit the mute button. You want
unmute?
Unmute.
Did maybe you turned your volume down when you were holding the phone?
Is he talking to me?
No, I'm talking to the one who we can't hear.
All right, you know what? Let's see if Paul has any jokes. We'll wait for Jeff to come back.
Jeff, bounce out and come right back in.
Yeah, Jeff, go out. There you go. Oh, well, you know what? I was talking before about a few things. Did you vote?
I did.
This election day, I voted. my grandson was with me, and he was running in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. So
With
I only
you
voted for
running
half
around?
the things that I wanted to vote for.
When I went to the voting thing, I had everybody had a whole conversation, like all the old ladies.
They got around and talked
It was
about
their
it?
social
Oh,
gathering,
yeah.
and they're like, bada, 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 and I'm trying to read the proposition codes. I
forgot my glasses.
I don't know. Oh no, you can't.
I just did one of those yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
But I'm like, I didn't know. I'm like, what is? I read it 150 times. It's like reading a lottery ticket,
Is this
like a
good or
lotto
bad?
ticket.
Is this good or bad? Should I vote yes? Can't they have a maybe? Like a maybe? I need more information.
I didn't get it.
Did you guys, Doug and Paul? Did you guys have any big elections in Ohio today?
No, not a lot of big elections here. Just propositions and things like that.
Nothing for governor or anything.
No, tax levies, little, things like that, more local.
Now, listen, maybe John and I are a little bit ignorant. Did you guys understand any of the proposition codes? Like, I'm reading it, I'm like, does maybe not sort of, they want, they don't want.
Right. They want to bring up to a vote, maybe, if you can. And I was like, yes.
And they're going to give,
no. Yes. No.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Well, ours was easy because it was a bunch of uncontested election runoffs and just basically renewals of levies and that sort of thing. So for us, it was easy.
You know what happened to me last year? I go in, it says vote for proposition code 718 12 RX 11 58 9274. And I just looked at it and I went, yes.
Yes.
And now, right next door where I live, they built a sewage treatment plant. Like,
you're welcome.
The Rich Walker sewage treatment plant.
I should have never voted yes.
New York City now has a former NYPD officer as mayor, right?
That's right.
Look at that.
That is right. He was a borough president also after that. But yeah, very good, very good. I wish him luck.
Jeff just texted me. He's trying to get back on, but I don't know if he's going to make it.
By the time he comes on, he'll be on the next show. Bobby, what's coming up after us? Did they use Jeff? Disturbed and Confused. So you'll see Jeff Norris on Disturbed and Confused.
Who's that show?
I don't know, but Jeff will be on that show. All right. So anything else you want to wrap up with here, Rich? We'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week.
Danny's,
I won't be here.
Oh yeah, that's right. John Sandel will be the co-host next week.
Impersonator, Long
Island's favorite impersonator. Well,
impressionist.
Massapequa's favorite.
Right.
On the street that he lives on, he's the favorite impressionist.
Right.
Maybe his house.
There is a guy around the corner, though, that's running.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But John will be back next week. We want to thank our two firefighters, Doug Brown and Paul Combs, for taking the time to come on. Be safe out there, brothers. Well, you're a former firefighter, but still be safe. And we'll post your stuff. Any way we can help you, let us know. Get the word out about your stuff and vice versa. And hopefully be back out to Ohio soon.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Please let us know when you do.
You had a solid show tonight.
They were great.
Yep.
Now he's not going to talk. I ain't been talking all night. I said, Butch, thanks for putting me together.
Nobody heard you.
Oh, thanks, me. Oh, you're very welcome.
Oh, you're welcome. All right. Say good night, Rich.
Thanks, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Thank you. We're eating Danny's. Good.
Leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Who's chasing the beer? The trick of the lips, play ball. Play ball. Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball. Play ball.